Hello there, welcome to Club Xbox level 29. Pardon the week of no show, but I was really tired at PAX East that weekend. How's it going, Jason?
It's going great, and tiredness is no excuse. You should be dedicated to your fans.
I was out having fun at 2:30 in the morning, driving back to Boston, driving back from Boston, and almost dying because I fell asleep a little bit.
Oh, that's no bueno.
That's no good. I woke up right before I hit the wall, so that was a plus.
Oh, yeah.
That was a little scary. That woke me up a little bit. Richie, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm assuming you had a lot of fun at PAX.
I did. I had a great time. The Johann Sebastian Joust tournament is always the pinnacle of the weekend.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
I did so good. I ended up with broken glasses after one of the matches to get that repaired on Monday because I got smashed in the face. But I was like getting applause and like running around as fast as possible. I have some very good technique where I can run and like spin in circles and not get out. I'm like amazing at this game.
Were you knighted for your amazing performance
Pretty
in
much.
the tournament?
I'm really good at staying in. I'm not as good at the offense of getting people out. My offense is please chase me, and I'm better at running than you are.
Oh, said nerds everywhere.
Yes. So, either of you two played this. I know it's a PlayStation game. But
No, I've got it on my account. I just don't have a move.
Gotcha.
And
Now,
I know
I'm most tempted to get this on Steam because it's on Mac, not Windows, but Mac for Steam. And going into the forest during the summer and grabbing 8 Move controllers and playing there.
With a
That's
Mac.
Yeah, a Mac or Linux. It does not
Oh,
run on
Jesus.
Windows.
It just seems weird to go into the forest with a Mac to
On my
play
MacBook,
a video game.
on my MacBook, it'll be like the little tiny little Mac that could, and I'll have some speakers, some Bluetooth speakers plug into it. It'll be great.
Oh, Jesus, this is the world we live in.
Yes, it is. So neither of you two have played it. You should at some
No.
point. It's great.
Nope.
Well, you know
anyways,
what, Tim, you send me some Move controllers, and we'll get together.
yeah. Well, with GameStop, I hear they're $10 a pop or something.
Really?
They're cheap.
I guess I'll have to go by GameStop.
Bargain bins because no one wants Move controllers anymore. Because why would you want them except for you want Sebastian Joust? But anyways, so Microsoft has this Smart Glass app, right, for the phones and stuff. What is the likelihood there will be an Apple Watch app for that for Smart Glass? I think that'd be brilliant. You know, a little remote control for your Xbox, or your
what-
Apple Watch.
And ooh,
Would
I
they
don't
do
know.
that? Would they do that?
I don't think they.
Like
I don't-
they're being all like happy with supporting other platforms now.
They are. I just. I don't think that the size, the convenience is really going to be there because if you've got your Apple Watch, you've got your phone or your iPad nearby where you've already got a bigger interface for that smart glass.
All I want is to tap my screen to pause Netflix. But the Kinect is there, right? I guess that's there.
Tim, you're the epitome of American right now.
I'm there. I just want to pause my Netflix, and I don't know.
American.
You could look at your messages. It'd be good. Like a little, because they're like text message size messages you get through Xbox, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So they could do it. I don't know. We'll see. But that just came in my head as Apple was doing stuff this week.
Yes. Well, just because where we are, they didn't give numbers, but the sales information for the month of February is out.
I
Did
guess
you guys see
Nintendo
that?
sold the most hardware, right?
Only if you're counting the new 3DS, but if you're
Yeah.
but if you're talking console, if you're
Sure.
talking console, PS4 once again on top, but the Xbox has an 82% year-over-year growth for the month of February.
Was it last year Titanfall, or was that March?
I think that was Mark.
Okay,
I
that'll
thought,
be
wait a minute. I thought March was. No, yeah, I guess it was. Yeah, right
Yeah,
around there.
that's the month I'll be curious in, because that seems like a month they would have sold a lot of Xbox Ones. Maybe.
Well, I don't know, but this year we have the price drop
We
that
do.
came back into effect. So,
And it's not as like a hated system anymore.
and it's building up steam because it had a really slow start.
It did.
So,
Understood.
not to keep the ball, so to speak, I'll punch it
sure.
to you. I'll
Yeah,
punch it to you here in a minute, Richie. But you just mentioned it. Did you guys see the news report? Titanfall 2 confirmed for multi-platform.
Yep. And
Okay.
it's kind of alongside that DLC is just free forever now. So
No,
what-
it was free one day.
But
I
it's
saw a
still
tweet that's
free
it's
now.
free forever. Is what.
Oh,
It's still free now. You
So
can still
what the
get it.
hell did I buy all that DLC for a couple months ago that I never played?
Well,
that's what you get for being an early adopter, Tim.
I guess, man.
yeah, but like, I mean, I don't even play that game anymore. So, I mean, I bought it, I used it. So like, I mean, I guess if it was free now and I didn't buy it, it would bring me back to the game for a while. But I've just,
It's a good game. I mean, I'll load it up. I'll play it every once in a while.
if
when
I see
do play my Xbox.
if I see people on playing it, and then I'll hop on it and play
Sure.
with them. But, yeah.
I got it. It was on sale for like $12.50 one day. I bought it. I actually haven't downloaded it yet. But at that price, I had to buy it.
Yeah, it made sense. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. That it was
So,
12.
Titanfall 2 is 2016.
They didn't give clear anything.
Yeah, they didn't say. All they said is it's gonna be on PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
No Wii U. No Wii U.
Oh, who's
Of course
surprised?
not.
Oh,
Of
come on.
course.
I actually would, just like you were saying, I would predict a 2016, probably the same time frame, maybe a March launch. I don't know if you noticed, it seems like a lot of games are all of a sudden expanding out. Instead of trying to push those big holiday rushes, expand out the game release catalog, which never made any sense to me why they...
Smart.
I understood, wanting to get out by November for Black Friday and everything, but why weren't there more February, March, May, and June releases, I mean, it just makes no sense, people.
And speaking of price drops, I don't know if you saw, there's a new bundle now at GameStop for $349. You get the Xbox without the Kinect, Master Chief Collection, and 3 months of gold.
Yes. Everybody was expecting them. Podcast Unlocked kind of mentioned, you know what? It's like now that Master Chief Collection is actually working, now's the time. It seems like they're pushing it. But you got to feel badly for everybody who didn't, quote, suffer through the bad time because they're not going to get ODST for free.
I didn't buy it. I don't care.
I don't know. It's a great value proposition. It really is.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool that they're giving all this free stuff that you guys got to play the beta for 5. But like, I'm done with Halo until Halo 5. I played so much of 2, 3, and 4. I played enough for multiple lifetimes. I'm waiting until 5 comes out. Like, I wasn't even upset that I didn't get to play the 5 beta.
Yeah, I actually, what's funny is I had the 5 beta. I actually never logged into it just because, I had a lot of other games to play, and I like Halo. Honestly, I like Halo for the campaign, the story mode, because, I've said before, I'm not that major social gamer.
I've enjoyed the campaign. I'm still in Halo 2 because
You haven't even made it to 3 yet, Tim?
I'm stuck.
Look, I'm gonna.
I
How
had
about this?
the Uncharted threw me off.
We'll play together, and you can just hold on to my pocket, and I'll drag you through the game. Okay?
Yeah. I'm finding I just don't have as much time to play games anymore. It's kind of sad.
Tell me about it, brother.
Yeah. EA Access members, Battlefield Hardline. You could play it early now.
It's up now. Yeah.
It's up, I think it got
So
put up
is this
yesterday.
game getting good reviews? Or
No.
reviews? No.
It's getting honestly middling to middling low. Essentially, it seems like Battlefield 4, it seems like they've just burned a lot of their goodwill, and I'm not sure if right now Battlefield has the ability to recover their image.
Here's the thing about this. I prefer this game over any other first-person shooter,
Because of the realism.
and I never had any problems with Battlefield 4, and I bought it day one, and I never ran into any problems. Connection, playing the game, dropped frame rates, anything. And I feel like people have a bad taste in their mouth from 4, the people that did have problems, and that's why this is why I don't go off of reviews.
Right.
Reviews, I don't care what they say. I've been watching people on Twitch playing it all day yesterday, and then people that had access to the beta up till, recently, and the game looks awesome to me, and it's worked fine for all of them everybody that I've watched play it. So,
I don't know.
I downloaded it this morning before I left to work, and I will be playing it all night tonight.
My bigger problem is, like I said, because I'm not that social gamer, I just don't know how much that game is going to offer in single player gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I like the single player campaigns. It's not like, I mean, it's just as good as I think the Call of Duty single player.
Yeah, sooner or later I want to play, Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, I still haven't gone through that campaign either. I went through the prologue.
So you got to press X to pay respects?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I own it on disc. I mean, it's in my console.
Yeah, no, I want to. I'm willing. I'm honestly willing to give Hardline a try. Like I said, I mean, because I don't care about the multiplayer and the social. Though it does, it honestly looks like the kind of game I might be willing to try the multiplayer with. But
if you have people to play with, it's fun. I mean, just like any of the first-person shooters. Titanfall, I feel like is more fun when you have people. I feel like it's more fun when you have a group of people that you can talk to and help each other out. By like communicating and stuff. Like, oh, there's a guy behind you, or this guy just came up behind me and shot me, watch out for him, or whatever, like, when I'm by myself, that's when I get bored playing the multiplayer.
Yeah, see, and I just don't, even if I did, even if I had more friends, I feel like it would be random internet strangers. I don't have a lot of actual real-life friends that I can play online with, that I feel like I want to be able to enjoy some of that stuff. It's just not for me, though.
Yeah. I understand.
So, who is a Dead Rising fan?
I like the game.
Are you a fan enough where you'd want to watch the feature film Dead Rising Watchtower?
I keep seeing I with a lot of things I try and straddle the line between being aware of it and knowing too much about it to spoil my fun or my interest in it. So I am aware of Watchtower. But I don't know much more than that. On the other hand, even if it's a cheesy movie, I have a personal affinity for B movies. Like, I love them.
So, Crackle, owned by Sony, is debuting Dead Rising Watchtower, a primarily Xbox, I think exclusive Xbox game.
Exclusive, yeah.
On the Xbox. Isn't that wonderful?
When?
Of March 20th through 26th. Just download Crackle, a Sony product, onto your Xbox. You'll be able to watch this movie about an Xbox game.
Will you have to pay for it?
I think it's free. Crackle is ad-supported, to my knowledge.
Yeah, I think Crackle's free. I think they do. I think Crackle might have a paid service to get more
I think it's
stuff.
primarily ad-supported. But I just love the irony of this.
That's thick. But you know what? That's a clincher for me. I will be watching that. The fact that it's free, I will be watching that.
This is gotta be. I think this is Crackle's first movie that they've Netflix original content.
Yeah.
Pretty sure this is Crackle's first take at this, and I love that it's an Xbox.
Well, it
title.
looks super. It looks like a B movie, and Rob Riggle's in it, so it's gonna be funny.
Yeah. So I just thought that was just pretty fantastic.
Bouncing around, we were talking about Halo, and I mentioned it in passing, but obviously in our downtime, the Master Chief Collection update is finally out. All reports say that it's running smoothly, it's running well, so if anybody out there was waiting and hadn't already heard or hadn't already done so, pick up Master Chief Collection, download the game about 3 times based off of the patch sizes and everything, and enjoy yourself some good, stable Halo gameplay.
Cool. So, next up, Ori and the Blind Forest has a soundtrack available. You get 32 tracks for $10. It's in iTunes.
Tim, you're gonna get us muted.
They probably aren't doing that with Ori. And I was talking enough, hopefully. But anyways,
I'm gonna get a sarcasm sign to hold up.
That is a little sample from iTunes.
That did sound pretty majestic.
It did. So
I have no interest in the game.
It seems like a very peaceful soundtrack to zone out to and fall asleep to.
Honestly,
has anyone played Ori?
I've not played it, but I want to play it. I will. Probably
it's available, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was another couple days before it was out. Are you sure it's available?
Well, I know it's available on PC already.
Okay.
That's on PC?
Yep.
Really? Okay. Interesting. So, Yeah, I mean, this game looks beautiful. I think it's probably gonna be pretty good.
It looks artistic and nice, so to speak. What I've seen of the gameplay, it just doesn't look like my kind of game.
It's a platformer, right?
Yep.
Scroll platformer, like kind of like Limbo.
I'm really picky about my platformers. For example, I did not enjoy Rayman anything.
Did you play the latest one on Wii U?
Yes.
That thing was a brilliant piece of...
I loved the soundtrack, and there were moments that the game was fun to play.
The music levels especially were just...
Yes, those are the moments. But my point is after Mario, platformers, if they're not Mario, they just don't feel refined enough usually. They don't feel precise enough, with the exception of, I do enjoy, though it's not... I guess technically it's a platformer, Super Meat Boy. I do like the controls there. But other than Mario, most platformers I feel don't nail those the controls well enough.
I do like the Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. That's...
I didn't play Tropical Freeze because Donkey Kong Country Returns was underwhelming.
Well, Tropical Freeze was 1,000 times better. Hence my game of last year being that game. But anyways, I just want to mention Resident Evil 2,
Resident Evil Revelations 2, Episode 2.
Episode 3 is now out.
Oh, is 3 out now?
They're calling Judgment.
Can you read that? There we go. For next time.
Oh, I like
Got it ready.
That. Sarcasm sign.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably going to wait for all of Resident Evil Revelations to come out. I really enjoyed Revelations 1 on the 3DS. I think it's a criminal shame that they aren't bringing it back to the 3DS.
New 3DS. Perfect title. Come on.
I haven't looked at Resident Evil Revelations 2 to know for certainty, but I'm betting you they skipped the new 3DS because, yes, they tried to up all the graphics and textures and everything. And as much as you like the new 3DS...
I don't own one except for the Japan one.
I understand that. But as much as it is more powerful than a baseline 3DS, it's still not a graphical powerhouse. It's still not a contender.
Definitely not. But they could have made a version for it, I'm sure, if they wanted to.
I feel they should have, just out of appreciation for how well the first one sold and the fact that it breathed new life back into their franchise. I feel like they used Nintendo as a stepping stone to resurge this dying franchise. Mm-hmm. But I will like I was saying, I will probably wait till the full game is out, hopefully on disc, and it's got plans when it's fully released to come to disc, I believe. And I'll drop my, $25, $30, $40, however much, and buy that. Speaking of dropping money, I joined the Best Buy Gamers Club Unlocked.
Oh yeah, $30 now, right?
Yeah, I went ahead and joined up on that. So
30, it's 25%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would join it, but I don't buy physical copies of games anymore,
Amiibo discounts. That's what I use it for. And Wii games.
I'm pretty much exclusively physical.
Yeah, it's an awesome deal. It's basically $48 for any day one title.
Yeah, and since I'm so exclusive on my physical, it just is so much better for me.
And you also get the Best Buy rewards, so you get money back that way. And it works on your Amiibo, the few that you actually want.
So, we also, while we were talking about Battlefield, forgot to mention Battlefield Hardline has gone gold, which is obvious. I mean, it's so close to release.
Now that you can download the full game, right?
Yeah.
Access.
It's obvious. I mean, it's just... we were gone for 2 weeks, so we didn't have a chance to mention that, but, obviously it did go gold. It's ready to go.
The March update came out as well. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They figured out how to take a screenshot. Such amazing. Such amazingness.
When Phil Spencer said that for some reason it's easier to stream and record video than it is to take a screenshot, my mind was blown.
Yes, can do a screenshot.
There are times I wonder who lets them say these things. I mean, I would have much rather, to me, it felt like such a stupid statement. I would have much rather he stood up and said, we didn't think it was important. We've waited till now to implement it.
Yeah.
Bear with us now. We're sorry we misjudged what you thought was important.
I guess you could also just do, so you can do this. Xbox, take a screenshot. And then I'll take a screenshot. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I hope I took screenshots on everybody's Xboxes. That'd be amazing.
Mine's not on.
I got headphones, so you're not talking to anybody but me.
Yeah, I've done the screenshot thing. Upload app improvements. What else is? I think that's the big thing.
It really was. It was a minor update overall, I
The
think.
screenshot's pretty. That seems like a fairly big thing. The voice search privacy. I guess you can be more careful with what Bing knows about you. But yeah, that was the big thing. The screenshots. So anyways.
They didn't give a date. Well, actually, I think they said June, but they have officially announced that in June they will unlock retail Xbox Ones to allow them to be test kits for home developers, which was something they talked about when they first launched the Xbox One, when they were first announcing and unveiling and everything. I'm glad that when they did their 180, there are some things they're, coming back to, because that's one that needs to happen. It's really great, and I don't understand why more companies wouldn't want to do that. Make it where people can make games on their system. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I know you mentioned the Master Chief update. Did you also mention the new bundle?
No, I did not.
So evidently, the bundle that I thought should have come out when the game launched is now coming out in March sometime. A Master Chief Collection bundle has Master Chief Collection plus, ODST. Never mind.
Actually, wait a minute. Richie mentioned it. I apologize.
You did,
Richie
okay.
did. Yeah.
So $349, you get a cool looking box with the digital download of.
Yeah, and what's funny is at the end of the year, they're going to launch a Halo 5. See, this is just a bundle. It's not a special
white
console.
Xbox, I'm sure, or something special.
But at the end of the year, they'll launch an actual Halo designed console. So this is, I don't know, this is just one of those companies are always except for Nintendo, most companies are always changing out what games are bundled in and everything like that.
Nintendo does that with the 3DS LEs.
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry, they do.
And they have done bundles. They just don't do
not as
frequent.
much.
Yeah, they did for a while. Like they did Mario Kart. They did not as much. So it's $349, and I don't know. I thought they should do this during the holidays, but I guess they sold enough as is, so they were fine. What else? What else happened of note?
Well, they officially, the week that we were no show because of PAX, they officially announced the Rock Band 4.
Oh yes, I saw. Rock Band was actually at the show, basically saying they were coming.
They announced it there, and then they said that all of your songs that you bought on the old Rock Bands will transfer over, so you can use them.
With minor exceptions.
Yeah.
So this is how all the 360 owners are forced to buy Xbox Ones that now own PS4s.
Well, also I was going to tell you that they just, I guess, I don't know if it was with the update or when it's going to happen, but they're going, or I think it might have happened with the update. On your Xbox 360, you can now purchase the Xbox One Gold games so that they're ready for when you buy an Xbox One.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
you
if
do
you've
that
already
online, right?
You can do it online, but you can do it through your 360.
Ooh, can I do opposite? Can I buy 360 games on my Xbox One?
But the thing is the Xbox One games don't work on your 360.
But that's it. That's true for 360 on the one, right? I mean,
it would make sense.
It
would be nice, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't.
Yeah, that sucks. But that's a good feature for 360 people.
But it's also going to bite them in the arse, so to speak, because you've got people like my brother who did Rock Band like there was no tomorrow on his PlayStation 3. And now all of his content, he's going to want to transfer it to his PlayStation 4.
Absolutely. Well, works both ways.
I mean,
but 360 was the primary. Did they win or no?
No.
I mean, the Wii won, but let's just...
At the end of the generation, the PS3 outsold the 360.
Okay. Now, Rock Band-wise, though, I'd imagine... Like, PS3, it won because it ended up with hardcore gamers, right? And then the am I missing something? I thought the 360 was, like, all the, like, don't know. I thought 360 was more of the Rock Band kind of.
No. As a matter of fact, it was definitely not a casual system.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't know which.
Because the Kinect was another Insurgents, and that was a huge casual market too, right?
Yeah, but I just don't know which one ended up. What ended up being a factor on what won, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then they also the head guy for Rock Band or Harmonix said that they're working on it. It's not official yet, but they're working on to get the old instruments to work on the Xbox One.
Yes,
so
they were wireless devices. Or?
Yes, they were wireless, and that's the problem. Is they use a different wireless protocol now.
Yeah.
They said they're going to try to make it happen. That's what they want to do. So that everybody can and then they're going to have new hardware, of course. But then you can, like, as I have all my Rock Band stuff sitting in the other room, just in the box.
Yeah.
I don't, because it's like you take it to GameStop and they give you like $1 because they treat it like it's a controller. Like the guitars, like it's a controller. So like
the controllers are $1. That's pathetic.
Yeah, well, I've got, because I played Guitar Hero over Rock Band, and I've still got my Wii guitar, so I have to buy new stuff anyways. But I didn't like the Rock Band guitar, so I'm hoping there's a serious improvement because I'm going to need to buy a new one anyways. And I am considering pre-ordering because they've got some exclusive colors for pre-orders, including red, and that's kind of like one of my favorite colors.
This is next year, right?
No,
they haven't given a
date.
date.
They said it's coming out this year.
Did they?
They're aiming for this year. Yeah,
Okay.
They didn't say when, but they said this year.
But even bigger, they also said while Harmonix can't, what Guitar Hero is doing, it is their intent to turn Rock Band, instead of into a game series, turn it into a platform where there will be one Rock Band for this generation, and you will do nothing but buy additional licensed songs.
Makes total sense.
It is. It is the best way to do this.
Yeah. Well, this game is not. They did not announce it for the Wii U.
Once again, who's surprised? Well, they did say, well, we would love for there to be a fan outcry. But the truth is, Wii U owners enjoy the games they get, but they're tired of trying to do this fan outcry crap because they get ignored anyways. So you're not going to get it. You're really not.
They could do so much. They could have like a piano on the gamepad almost or something.
Well, piano's out. There's no keyboards in the game. They already said keyboards are out.
Or some instrument on the touchscreen. I don't know. They could do some stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you could technically do the drums on it, like if they put like how they have those games like on the iPad where it's a drum machine almost.
Right.
They do a similar thing, but you're doing it with your finger, not drumsticks.
Yeah. So both of you were into Rock Band. I've never played Rock Band.
It was fun, and the more you play, when you actually get onto some of the harder difficulties, you actually feel a sense of accomplishment completing some songs. And me and buddies, because I played this while I was in the Army, and you're deployed to wherever, and it's just people getting together and being able to relax, and you'd be battling on expert mode, and both your fingers are just flying, it feels like 100 miles an hour, and you just feel awesome.
Yeah,
you
almost get the feeling of like you actually know how to play an instrument.
Well,
if you don't know how to play an
major,
instrument,
I kind of know how that works.
Personally laughed at all those people who were like, "Oh, I can play Guitar Hero. I can do the guitar. I'm good to go." No, I knew that I couldn't play an instrument, so damn it, Guitar Hero and Rock Band was as close as I was going to get, and I was going to live it up.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Scream Ride, anyone pick this one up?
No, I keep every 4 days I remember, oh wow, this thing is out. Let me check it
I
out.
don't have time to play any of this stuff, so I'm not buying any of this stuff.
As a minimum, though, we should download the demo and check that out because that's at least free.
So it was at PAX East, but I didn't want to wait in line. So. Instead, I played Splatoon twice. So.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Great coverage you got going on there, Tim.
That is the better game. I mean, come on. Xbox had a nice presence there, I should say. PlayStation didn't show up, so that's something. But anyways, what else? There's a 360 preview program now. That's weird.
What?
Right? There's a 360 preview program for betas of 360 OS updates, which are they still doing exciting new things on 360 to add new features?
I did not. I totally missed this news article altogether.
Yeah. This
I
seems
thought they were-
bizarre.
Didn't they? Are you saying they just implemented this?
Yes, this is a new thing.
Because I thought they had it before. Because I was on my 360. I was part of the
No,
preview
starting early
program.
March, select invitees will be able to join the 360 preview program. It'll work much like the Xbox One preview. Yeah, it looks like a new thing.
That's weird.
Yeah, so this is their first one they're going to send out. Their upcoming release will be addressing common customer issues, including improving the stability to troubleshoot common networking issues from the 360, and adding a network connectivity test, including download and upload speeds. There'll be even more changes later this year.
Actually, I can admit I knew I don't know that they're adding features, but I do know they are continuing to add updates.
But
My
why?
daughter, my daughter has a 360, and you know
Sure.
there are still the occasional games that come out, and they find random
But
crap.
I just think who in the world would want to test like just stupid bug fixes like that? That does not seem exciting.
Yeah, no,
It seems so like, yeah, that is must be really hardcore fans. Like, I'm gonna test networking issues on this beta of 360.
yeah.
It sounds so.
Yeah, I don't understand
Sounds
that.
awful. Yeah.
Well,
W-
go ahead.
real quick. So from the 10th, which I know is passed, through the 16th, EA is giving people, Xbox Live Gold members, a demo of Dragon Age on Xbox One. Just like all their demos, it's limited in time. It'll give you 6 hours of play, which, believe me, that's really not much time. I mean, hell, I know people who spend an hour on creating their character alone. But, you know...
I wonder if this adds on, because I already had the free 6 hours for having EA access. Do I get another 6 hours?
You know, it doesn't mention that. I'd be interested in seeing. I also recommend picking up the full game there, Richie.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, like, because I liked it, but I have so many games to play.
Oh, yeah.
And
And we
there's
were just complaining
too much-
about...
Too
we were-
much stuff coming out at the same time.
Yeah. I mean... What's that, Sam?
Have we talked about the Fast and Furious thing?
Yeah, I think we mentioned it 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I
just
think we
wanted to
talked about it last night. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say Evolve has 2 free maps that are gonna come out March 31st on the Xbox One.
And spectator mode.
Yeah, and then they don't come out on the PC or PS4 till April 30th.
Oh, I didn't realize that they managed to score another exclusivity deal.
Yeah, Xbox One getting it a month ahead.
Yeah, I like I said, I just have a feeling that's still going to be more of a flash in the pan kind of game.
Yeah, I don't own the game, and I only played it during that beta, and I liked it. It's not fun if you don't have 4 other people to play
Yeah.
with.
4 other people that you know and can communicate with, and yeah.
Yeah, like if you have a good group of people that 4 other people will always be online. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Or if you like being the monster and just like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you like being the monster all the time, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, which I personally hated being the monster, so yeah.
Well, I never got to play the monster. Every time I got on it, I would pick like that as my primary what I wanted to be, but it would always pick me to be one of the humans.
Really? Oh, that's rough.
So I never even got to try it.
Well, speaking of, you guys were mentioning preloading games and digital and stuff, another game available for preload, pre-purchase, pre-all, whatever crap you want to call it. Final Fantasy Type O HD.
Anyone excited about that one?
I am. As a matter of fact, I have my physical copy pre-ordered and paid for, though it's on PS4 at GameStop, ready for pickup as soon as it comes out. Because I also want that Final Fantasy 15 demo code. Like, there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
only thing I want from the game. I mean, the game looks cool, the Type
Yeah.
0 HD, it looks cool, but I don't like. I tend to try to stay to the primary games. Like,
Oh, actually, see, my all-time favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy Tactics. So you can't say that your favorite is Final Fantasy Tactics and then not be willing to give the offshoot games a chance.
I'm sure it's. I mean, they've never. I mean, I've played side the side games before too. You know, some of them, but like I try to stay.
Yeah.
But
my
I'll
my
probably end up picking up 15, no matter what.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
probably end up getting on the PC anyways because
Oh.
I tend to pick my one-player games on my PC. My
Yeah.
multiplayer games on my Xbox.
No, honestly though, besides, like I said, I really wanted to pick it up because of the demo. My biggest gripe about Final Fantasy Type O HD is the fact that, you know, we're talking about this is a super up-resed PSP game. So I'm a little worried. I want to see how it looks with the up-resing because, you know, sometimes you can only do so much.
Yeah.
But I am interested. Square, you know, traditionally they can deliver a great, compelling story and hours and hours and hours of gameplay that I'm excited. I'm going to play it, but I might play if I get that code and I can day one download that Final Fantasy 15 demo. I will be playing that before I play Final Fantasy Type O HD.
And I was going to mention we were talking about how the Evolve maps were Xbox only. Elite Dangerous, which I mentioned to you guys a few weeks back.
Yes.
It's like it's a space game where you have spaceships and then there's merchandise trading and like dog fighting and stuff like that. It's a PC game, but it's coming out on Xbox One first. They haven't said for how long, but they announced it on Xbox One, and then the lead guy on the game came out and like Twitter and said, "Oh, it will be out on PS4," and I think might have said PS3. No, yeah, PS4 later, but like I guess it's coming out on Xbox One for I don't know how long first. And I've been wanting to get that on PC. I just haven't want to spend the money on it yet. So I might just wait so I can play multiplayer with friends and stuff on the Xbox One.
Yeah, I actually recently saw that as well. Like I said, because I don't do that whole PC gaming. This, you know, when it comes out on the Xbox One, I'll probably give it a try there. I probably would have given it a try if it was, you know, more. Don't need a PC to play, but you know, everybody has to work with what they have, right?
Yeah.
So at GDC, Phil Spencer was asked about VR, and evidently the HoloLens doesn't mean they won't do a headset or partner with someone else doing VR to make it work with Xbox. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, you know, I don't know. It's weird because the HoloLens could really be VR.
It could, because there's a mode, I think, that does that, right?
But they're more trying to use it for AR, and the truth is, I think that Microsoft would be stupid to simply Me Too it and do a VR something. Right now, Microsoft needs to say, you know, screw it. We're throwing in on this AR and find ways to make these AR experiences great and awesome.
Interjection.
Objection!
A part of gaming historically, at least non-Nintendo games, has been a prolific third-party developer and third-party games and non-exclusives, and having a VR headset would enable them to play Morpheus games and Oculus Rift games, and that is, even though AR is awesome, and I actually think it might be really cool for a lot of games, you need VR also to just be there and have those cross-platform titles, right?
I will be honest. I think you might get one or two Morpheus offerings that are exclusive content, but I think that VR, at least this generation, is going to be like 3D in that there's nothing that you're going to play, see, or do that's going to go, oh my god, I can't do this without VR ever again. At least not this generation.
There's some amazing things I've tried. Have you had Oculus or done any of the newer stuff? It's mind blowing. It really is.
And I understand. First of all, Oculus isn't in the same. It's in the VR conversation, but it's not in the same VR conversation as the console.
It's not a console now.
Yeah. So right now you've got Nintendo, who's going to have nothing. You've got Sony, who's going to have Morpheus. And I feel like Microsoft needs to, instead of saying Me Too with Morpheus, except on the Xbox, they need to either A, go full in with the HoloLens and augmented and not necessarily go the same path as the Morpheus, or do themselves the favor of simply partnering to allow Oculus, because it's Windows 10, to just have functionality into select titles on the Xbox
That
One.
would be the way to do it, Oculus. Yeah.
But I won't be too upset if it doesn't. I'm already going to be broke because I'll be buying my Morpheus next year.
Yeah. Day one customer there.
Yeah.
There better be games. Well, I thought it was Next Hour, but Uncharted as a Morpheus launch title. That's a little teaser for PlayStation.
No.
We'll talk about it because that got delayed into a similar time frame as Morpheus. But that's a teaser for Club PlayStation. Go and listen to that. Goat Simulator coming next month to Xbox One.
My daughter wants this game, and
Oh, man,
Goats.
it's so fun.
There's
it's so fun.
Goats.
it
I have
just
it on PC and I have it on my iPad.
it almost physically pains me to hear people talk about, to even say the name Goat Simulator. Ah.
It's just so ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous that it's so over the top ridiculous that it's just back around to being awesome.
I don't know, because, you're talking to the kind of guy. I'd never enjoyed movies like Dumb and Dumber. That level of stupidity just didn't do it for me. And I feel like Goat Simulator is Dumb and Dumber, the game, almost.
Oh, no. It's much more.
Well, speaking of Goat Simulator, there's other... And Goat Simulator is going to be on 360 and the Xbox One.
Yeah, but you need the HDer version
Well,
on
of
the
course.
one.
But there's other PC games coming to the Xbox. LA Cops, which is like a bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Beat 'em up game. Octodad. which I've
Dadliest
only
Catch.
watched- Yeah. And then, of course, Elite Dangerous. Smite. Super Dungeon Brothers.
Yeah, which also Super Dungeon Brothers will support Xbox One PC multiplayer.
it's going
Cross-platform multiplayer. There were a couple of games that at GDC were announced to have the cross-platform multiplayer.
That's what I was going to say, too. Like, Smite MOBA. There's another MOBA specifically for the Xbox One called Gigantic coming out. And that's going to be cross with the PC, Xbox.
I feel like we have the same notes, Richie.
Yeah. And like I watched the trailer for it. I thought it looked pretty cool. I liked the animation style, graphic style and stuff like that. I thought it looked cool. Oh, and Shovel Knight's coming too.
Oh, yes.
With
So
Battletoads.
So Shovel Knight's doing some cool things. So they're all getting like unique bosses, and Battletoads is coming to Xbox.
Well, everybody but Nintendo.
No. At PAX, they kind of teased Nintendo's gonna get a special thing.
No. They did not. People asked them, and they said they were open to it. They did
No.
not
I
tease.
I was at the booth when the Nintendo Minute people were there. And they asked, and there's something coming.
Well, there's a list of
Like Nintendo people were at the booth of Shovel Knight, like official, Kit and whoever the Nintendo Minute people. I was just standing there, and they showed up and asked Nick Wozniak. They didn't say who it would be, obviously, because they're not gonna, just say that on the show floor. But there's someone coming for the Nintendo versions.
Well, there's a list of like 30 or 40 independent titles that are all coming to Xbox One this year, and like some other ones that stood out with the ones we just mentioned were Mighty Number 9, which is
That's actually coming this year, isn't it?
I don't know when they don't have an official date or anything.
Oh, man.
I don't know when.
I'm going to
but-
predict that's going to slip to next year.
Yeah,
Is that
it
going to be
might.
as good as Shovel Knight? I wonder.
It's going to be
Well,
better.
I think it's
I
gonna be
don't know.
better.
Nothing can be better than Shovel Knight. Shovel Knight's
A lot of
so-
things are better
Well,
than Shovel
I
Knight.
I think the Mega Man series is better than Shovel Knight. So
I could never finish a Mega Man game, so they're too difficult. Will this be too hard for
I'm
me?
sure it will be just as difficult. It's the same creator, so
Well, he's older. He might have laxed with his age.
I actually think it'll end up being a little bit easier to play. But I think...
Mega Man 9 and 10 were hard as crap.
But it's 2015. We're ready for easier games, right?
No, they need to stay hard. That's the whole point of those games.
Yeah, but you know what? Look at the difficulty curve on Mega Man. You know, you started up here and you stayed up here, but there was an ever so slight decrease over time up until they did Mega Man 9 and 10, which was this retro throwback where they bumped the difficulty way back up here. I don't think that we're going to have this super difficult. I think it's going to be somewhere in between old school Mega Man and newer games.
Yeah. Another one that stood out to me is this game called The Flame in the Flood, and it's a survival game, but it's like cell shading, like so it looks like, you know, Wind Waker style animation,
Okay.
but it's like, you know, it's a survival game similar to, I guess, Daisy, The Forest, stuff like that. Looks really cool. It's like a girl and you have like a dog with you, like a dog's like your partner. So I think you can control the dog to do stuff too. Like you can send them off or do things, and it looked really cool when I watched the trailer.
Speaking of games and zombies, did you guys hear about State of Decay?
No.
Oh yeah, all the
Yeah, okay, so State of Decay originally came out on Xbox 360, and it's being up-resed for the Xbox One. Well, part of that up-resing, the developers of State of Decay learned it's not uncommon for video game studios to farm out work to other studios. Well, they farmed out all of the textures to another studio. And now that they're up-resing everything, when they started running the game on Xbox One, they discovered thousands upon thousands of dicks on everything that they couldn't be seen on the lower res Xbox 360. But now that everything is up-resed, it's just nothing but dicks.
What the hell?
I think that is hilarious.
What the hell? Wow. So, is it going to ship with all those?
No, they've already been scrubbed. But
Did any screenshots of this, or is this like
No, the developers came out. No, the developers came out and said this on their own. Nobody questioned them because nobody knew about it. But the developers came forward and said, "Yeah, we were just inundated with these things."
That is so messed up.
I think that's hilarious, and I wouldn't even. And it doesn't seem like the developers are. I really hope the developers aren't upset and they just appreciate it for the humor that it was.
Yeah.
And for the record, I fully plan to buy State of Decay when that comes out. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to get the Year 1 Survival Edition. You know, it just has some extra DLC and crap like that, depending on where you pre-order it. And I will probably end up getting it through GameStop because I like their pre-order the most.
But, Mr. Jason, Gamer Club Unlocked.
I understand that, but
do they have a
it's
special thing yet?
You're willing to pay $12 more for a game?
actually it's a $30 game, Tim. So the sales on the sale price on a $30
It would
game,
be half that of the $60 game.
yeah, it's only a $6 difference. I'm willing to.
Yeah, I guess you don't care about money.
No, not really. No,
$6.
That must be why you're getting the gold Apple Watch.
Look, I'm not getting a golden apple, okay?
So, White Knight, the game we talked about on the last show, I think, the really stylized game, came out with mixed reviews. The style they liked, but seems like the checkpoint system was a bit rough as well. As the camera kind of control, but
Yeah.
have you, anybody gotten this yet, or
No.
No.
okay?
Tim, you were at PAX.
It was
Did you check out a game called Death's Gambit?
no.
Oh, Tim.
I'm sorry.
Death's Gambit appears to be a 2D Metroidvania-style Dark Souls. And I'm a big fan of the Dark Souls series, and
What I Metroid games I kind of hate because I never finish one. They always get stuck, and Dark Souls seems really difficult. So that doesn't seem like my kind of game, Jason.
Tim, why did you go if you weren't going to check games out for us?
I played some Splatoon.
I think Tim
And
was
I had
hanging
a
out in
fun-
the Nintendo section the whole time.
I had some fun there. I'll tell you that much. I got so many street passes there. I got like 300 street passes and got a crap ton of puzzle pieces.
Tim, this will reflect in your review.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Sarcasm. Yes. So, any other Xbox stuff from the past 2 weeks that we have missed?
Well, they gave a release date for Mad Max game, September 1st. I don't know. I think the game looks awesome. I know movie games get a hard rap, but there
Is this
have
a movie
the
game?
past-
I thought the movie was
Well, it doesn't
after
have
the
anything to
video
do
game.
with the movie per se, but it's a game loosely based from a movie. You know,
Okay.
the movie first. So, to me, I think it looks awesome. This videos and stuff I've seen of it, I think it looks awesome. I'm thinking it's gonna be like open world, but I'm not sure. So I'm thinking positively for now. There's another game. I don't know how much you guys back in the day played GoldenEye,
Oh,
A lot.
yes. Hell yes.
but there's this game called Screen Cheat, and it's a game where it's set up just like GoldenEye, splits the screen 4 ways, and it's a first-person shooter. But the whole point of the game, and it's called Screen Cheat, is because you're invisible. So the only way the person can find you is by looking at your screen.
I've heard about that one. Yes,
What?
I think that's awesome.
That's hilarious, actually.
And I
So
watched,
I could like
watched
hide in a
group-
corner and they won't be able to find me, hypothetically.
Other than
Uh,
looking at your screen.
Yeah, they'd have to find you where you were because they can't see you. Like you can see your body and your weapon, but like
They can't see you.
they can't see you. Like
I
on their
can see
screen, they can't
myself.
see you.
Right.
So like they have to like split 4 ways. You know, what people used to do it all the time. You look over
Are
at your
rocket
friend where they
launchers
are.
a part of this game?
What's that?
Are rocket launchers a part of this game?
I don't know. Like it.
I would be
I
surprised.
watched a few minutes of it. There was a video
Now-
of it, these 4 people playing it for like an hour. And I only watched maybe like 10 minutes of it because I was like, this is awesome, but I didn't.
Now,
have time
one
to-
thing they should add is the slappers only mode, and when you discover the person,
Well-
you slap them once, they come you're visible.
They become
then,
visible.
and then you can just have a slapping match. I
Well,
think
it
that-
looked
that
like
should be-
a lot of the times that I was watching it, it looked like they had a lot of melee weapons in the game.
because that's one of the best parts of GoldenEye.
I think that it does sound entertaining. I remember all the arguments back in the day. Oh, you screen watcher! You looked at my screen. There's no way you could have known I was there. I was following you for 5 minutes before you saw me, and all of a sudden you turned around. Yeah,
That's part of the strategy. Come on.
yeah, I miss those days actually.
There needs to be some remote mines and proximity mines. Those were pretty awesome.
Bombs, yeah, sticky mines,
Um,
stuff.
I have a couple more news as well. One, Xbox is working or is releasing an adapter to let you use your Xbone controllers on your PC. No surprise with the proliferation of cross-platform play and so on and so forth.
Right.
Well, that's another thing I was gonna say about that gigantic game. Like, I guess, on the PC you'll be able to use your Xbox One controller or the keyboard and mouse in the game. But on the Xbox, you only be, of course, use the controller. But then in the game, you can choose whether you only want to play with Xbox people or Xbox people and PC people.
Yeah, see, I like. I think League of Legends is handling it better by making it platform blind, where you simply will not know who's playing on what platform. Because one of the developers, I think it was on Podcast Unlocked, or it may have been I don't think it was Podcast Unlocked. It may have been a different podcast I listened to. I think DLC. Anyways, was saying that if they didn't make it platform blind, the first time a console player gets beat by a PC player, they're going to go, oh, you see, you're just cheating because you got mouse and keyboard, and vice versa. The first time a PC...
League of Legends is only...
I'm sorry, not League of Legends. Fable Legends. I apologize.
Okay.
Fable Legends.
I was like, League of Legends. I was like, I don't think...
I apologize. And like I said, same thing. If first time a PC player gets beat by a console player, oh, you just won because that game was optimized for consoles and controllers. So by making it completely platform blind, people just get to go out there and have fun.
I don't think it's going to tell you what they're on. But if, like, say, you think a mouse and keyboard is you don't want to play against people using a mouse and keyboard, you can make it to where it's Xbox only.
Yeah.
But I think when you have it open where it's Xbox and PC people, it doesn't tell you if they're on PC or
Okay.
Xbox. I don't think
I'm just worried by even making it an option. They're going to end up segregating their population, their gaming population, and it will go down in popularity and success because of that. So here's hoping I'm wrong.
Well, there's another new game. It's going to be on Xbox One and PS4. It's called Air Mech Arena, which is going to be kind of like a real-time strategy MOBA type game.
Ooh.
And with like, I guess I watched a little. They had a little clip, like a little minute, and some seconds clip of the gameplay, and it looked really cool. Similar. I guess I've never played League of Legends or Dota 2, but like you have your mech, your main mech, which I'm assuming there's going to be kind of like the gods or whatever in the different MOBA games. You get to pick a different one, and then you have your little minion guys that you send off in front of you and stuff. Like a real-time strategy type deal.
That sounds intriguing.
It looks really cool.
I'm interested in a blend of MOBA and RTS.
Well, that's what not Xbox, but on PC. There's this other game I've been playing that's in alpha right now, called Supernova, and I can't really. Well, yeah, I can. Never mind. I can talk about it. It's called Supernova, and it's a mix of a MOBA and an RTS, and it was really fun too. Like you pick, like you have a main character, and then you send off like ships and like. Men out too as well. So it's like the mix of the MOBA where you have the different your character, which would insert like in Smite they're called gods, and League of Legends they're called whatever they're called. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know. I'm looking to throw down on a good MOBA. So
yeah.
Phil Harrison, head of like Xbox Europe, he resigned. The reports are inconclusive whether he resigned or was fired, and Microsoft won't release a statement about it. But he's gone. And in addition to him, a designer on the design team for the HoloLens was killed in a car accident.
Ooh.
Yeah. Condolences, obviously. And honestly, I think that finally covers all of the news for me.
Ended on like the lowest note possible.
I have two other things to mention.
Oh, good.
So it's not
I'm sorry. We were just on such a roll.
I guess at PAX East they had on display, or I don't know if it was to play or whatever, but a new Wolfenstein: The Old Blood
Standalone DLC.
Yeah, it looked awesome. Like, because I have the Wolfenstein New Order or whatever, and I've put maybe a couple hours into it, and I like it a lot. It's been put to the side because so many things are out, but so I'm thinking about I will be picking that up as well to put more hours into it.
I'm loving this new trend of standalone DLC.
It's great, it really is.
And then I don't know if you guys are into fighting games.
You going to tell us about the 47 different confirmed Mortal Kombat X characters?
That too. I almost forgot about that. Yeah,
I could care less about that stupid game.
They have 24, and then they just in the first DLC pack, Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
The first non-Mortal Kombat character.
No, well, yeah, for this one, because last generation, MK9, they had Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger, which was awesome too. So yeah, but in this game, yeah. So I have a feeling they're going to be adding a lot, like every DLC they'll have another mystery horror character, which I think will be awesome. The mixing this with the horror characters.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm totally down for that.
I can't wait for Mortal Kombat 11 is going to have a Predator. Watch.
The other fighting game that I was going to mention is that's coming out. It's going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. BlazBlue Chrono Phantasm Extend, which is the next one in those games.
That game series it's so ridiculous.
I love it. I love the music in it. The music is amazing. The characters are amazing. The names of everything is amazing. It's just Japanese people reaching in.
Oh, it's Japanese
American
as all hell.
Well, it's Japanese, but they're stealing from American culture. Like all the characters are named after like metal singers, like American metal singers.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. And then like the music is all like American metal, like, well, it could be anything, but like they have metal music over in Japan, but like, I don't know, the game is awesome, and they take a lot from American culture in that game. So I've liked them since they first started coming out.
It's so over the top and so distinctly Japanese, though.
Oh yeah, it's super Japanese looking, you know, similar to like King of Fighters and you know all that stuff. And like growing up, I was an SNK fan.
Oh heck
over
yeah!
Capcom, so
King of Fighters 95 live, baby.
that's what it reminds me of. So I think that's it for me. That was the last game I had on my list.
Sweet. Well, I think that's a show, right?
I do think so. Yeah.
Cool. Well, Mr. Jason can be found on the platforms at Risen Devil, RISN Devil. Mr. Richie can be found. Where can he be found, Richie? I forget yours.
He's got a lower third.
I can't read it. It's so small right now.
It's Newfound Richie on everything.
That's
Everything.
right.
Twitter,
Newfound
Facebook,
Richie.
or not even Facebook. Twitter, Xbox.
I do like that tag, man. It actually works quite well, actually.
Well, it's funny because I've used that name since I was in high school, and I'm originally
Me too.
I'm originally from Florida, and Newfound Glory, the band, is from Florida, and I've been a fan of them since I was in high school. So that's where I took it from, and that was my AIM name back in the day, and it
Heck.
been my name for everything.
See, I was music pen guy back in the day. That was my school.
Did you just pick random words to throw together?
No, because I was a music guy with my instruments that I play. And I was a fountain pen collector and little...
Tim, you are not helping your street cred at
not
all.
at all. Back in the day. Back in the day. I am not those things anymore. I am instead just first initial last name at Chaten, TCHATEN. Visit youtube.com/tchaten for the video versions of the show. And we'll be back next time for, get this, level 30 of the show.
Uh-oh.
All
So,
right.
Big number. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Later.